everyone, it's Killshot. And I gave you this is Play Dead Live, the KILZ Cup Championship. We got VOX, we got ARC, and a epic battle. We're going where no team has ever went before. Tonight is something we're going to make some history tonight. As you guys know, this is something that we've been wanting to do for a long time. Been a lot of championships out there, but this is my namesake. So I want to take you guys really quickly through a little bit of memory lane history of champions. Look at this, all the way back from 2020. Team Mir with the Asylum. Team Mir with the Farm. We went to the Crypts. It was still Team Mir. And then the Jungle, Mir with the 4-peat. And then in a stunner, ARC takes the Cove. VOX takes the Bay. And Mir said, we're not done yet. Mir came back, took the Isles, and of course, last season, Mir took the Morgue. And tonight, either Team ARC or Team VOX will be only the second team in Play Dead Live history to have 2 championships under their belt, everybody. So this is a big deal with the KILZ Cup. So I want to appreciate all of you guys for your super chats. I see Valar in the house. Hello, 999 KILZ, great mods. Channel members. Bones, good luck teams tonight. Grab the gold. We got dimes in the house. Let's go, VOX and ARC. First ever KILZ Cup. And we've had so much good news today with all the cool things that we have in the future. And this is just the next big thing that we're going to do. So again, I'd like to show you guys a little bit of next week's schedule. That nice, shiny KILZ Cup trophy up there that somebody will be bringing home. And you know what? We are going to do an official ceremony tonight. You know, the game will end 11, a little bit after 11. A team's going to be really excited because they won. Team's going to be not as excited because they didn't win. So we will acknowledge the champion tonight, but we're not going to celebrate the champion and the tournament that big of a deal tonight. We will give them their due. But, you know, after a couple days, you got a chance to reflect on it. What we will do in the Midway Awards, we will acknowledge all 4 teams and your battle in the KILZ Cup, and the Midway Awards are coming up in a couple of weeks. So we're going to give some special prizes to each team at that specific award show. Does that sound cool? Everybody down for that? So, you know, that way we can enjoy it, we can play, and then we can take a little bit of a breather. We do have a couple weeks of great matches after tonight. We got Mir and ARC next week with the first ever Dead Wedding match. That's really awesome. Then we got VOX and Sly, and then we got 2 more matches, and then the Midway Awards, and then we will reset the records for the second half of the season, and that's going to be for seedings for the next big tournament called the Asylum 2, which will be in just a couple of months. So you guys are going to be fighting for standings for that. So, Ron, you want to tell them what time it is? Because we're going to give away a little something tonight. We got a lot of Play Dead Live fans, and you know what? I'm just going to let all you guys know. In a couple of weeks, we've got our portal rolling out, not to take away from it. You better believe it. So a lot of our fans that show up, we're going to get you guys signed up on our specific portal. Give me numbers from 1 to 20, everybody. 1 to 20. We're going to have 1 winner tonight. I promise only 1 winner tonight. Tonight's winner is going to win a Super Bomber bundle. You know what? If we tie, we're going to split it, okay? Tonight is the Big Daddy, your very own Super Bomber bundle tonight, right? You better get those numbers in there. One of the biggest giveaways we've ever had. Somebody's going to win this bad boy. All right. You had plenty of time. Don't tell me you didn't die roll. Here it is. For that Super Bomber bundle. And again, we got to refresh it. Get that die refresh. There it is. All right. Load these dice up. 20-sider. Here we go. Number 9. Busy Bee. Busy Bee with a super bomber bundle. I think she's the only number 9, right? Big, big congratulations. And you know what? We ain't done. Excuse me, we're not done giving away. Wait till you see what we do during the Midway Awards. So appreciate all you guys participating. Now, let's get to a brand new piece of gear that I am super, super excited about. Tonight's Epic War Bundle, everybody. Here it is. We've been hyping this thing up. Look at this beautiful gear. I think it's the most beautiful ring ever produced. So we're going to start out with a silver bundle up top. A lot of these items by request. Elixir Extreme, Elixir Steel, 2 Trixies, 2 Infernos, both by request. 5 post-battle pet revives, Graphene, Carbine, 1 of each of your waxes. Take you over to the red bundle. Double up those Wicked Red. Raise Glyph, Combat Orb, Red Summon Skin, Savage 6, Mag 7, Super 8, Hostile 9, T10. Gold bundle, double up those Wicked Blue, Fortify, Galaxy Glyph, Arc Ice, Moonshine, Gold Summon Skin, Super Thrill, Platinum Skins. Y'all make a little bit of noise, and we'll add a little extra to this Fury 4 and this Frantic 5 bonus. If I see some 999 hype and some KILZ Cup hype, I will be inclined to give you 4 Fury 4 and 5 Frantic 5. 4 Fury 4 and 5 Frantic 5 right there in that bonus. Take you up top. Energy Orb, Arrowhead, Spider Silk, Absorption, Chill Smoke, Stronghold, Stellar Skins, Navy, 2 of those, and Rage 2 up top. Mythic Summon Skins, Immortal Summon Skins, Sin Smoke, Super Rare Smoke by request. You're going to get your standard recipe. Recipes are essential to upgrading to relics in the portal. Get your recipes. Get your hand on those things. And here it is. I love the artwork. I love the artwork with this. This is Alpha Strike right-handed ring, H13, D10, B7. How about that armor pen resist? 6 of it. And Strike 2. That means Strike 2 is going to give you more pet damage. And remember, Strike gives you pet damage, but it also is an activated ability. And believe me, if you guys want to see how beautiful, I mean, this gear on the portal is absolutely stunning. And to give you a snapshot of what it looks like, that is the background for the portal. And you can see the different pieces of gear, the mounts, and it is absolutely amazing. This is my favorite set we've ever done. And I think the set, with the timing, looks like it will be the introductory set to the portal. So, very excited about that. Kel, let's take a quick look at these war bundles and see who loaded up with the war bundle tonight. Got a lot of bundles in store and essential gear for all of our hardcore players. Because you know what? This has been a great tournament. It's going to be a great final. And Monday, we are going to be back at the grind, y'all. We are going to be back at the win-loss records. We'll be back at our PCP points. We got 4 more games in the first half of the season that were makeup games. And then you're going to get a clean slate. But still, those games next week go to your overall record. So we take the first half record plus the second half record, and that is going to be the final standings for the Crossfire tournament later on this year. So I could not be more excited about what we got going on. We got Valar, Justice, JJ, Craven, Jim, Crimson, B-Dub, Football, Julia Cat, Fly Rod, Dimes, Busy, Trigger, Samurai Bones, Dow, Die, Pope, Ron, Kel, and a little special shout out from Kel. Best of luck to everybody. Now we know it does take a little bit of luck, right? I mean, you got to play well. You got to plan well. But, you know, a break here or there does not hurt. And here's what I'm going to say to all of you guys. Nerves are real. Timers are real. You will feel the pressure. Play loose. play smart, and understand there is nothing that you can do to let your team down. Your team loves you. They're going to support you. They are here because of you, and they love playing this game with you. So you can't do any better than that. If you win, it is icing on the cake. If you don't, you can say that you competed at the highest level of Play Dead Live, and you got to play for a championship, and there will be more in your future. All right. If you are Father Ron, Crimson, Trigger, Cat, Jim, Busy, Julia, or Valar, those are your starting 8. Give me your pre-match buffs right now, everybody. All right. It is date night, baby. We got Crimson Tide with her buffs in there. Trigger, Julia, Busy, Valar, Jim, Father Ron, and Cat. We're good to go. I'm going to take you down to the team that had the best record in the league in the first half. They absolutely earned home field advantage and the right to play in the frozen tundra of the Winter Witch. Not Ark anymore. Remember, you don't own your castles. But we're going to take you down to the Winter Witch's Alps, formerly known as the Ark Alps. Here we go, everybody. Tonight's starting lineup is as follows. Starting out in the DZ, making her first playoff appearance start. Busy Bee will lead off. Busy Bee will be followed by Trigger. Trigger is going to be in the other DZ diagonally. Trigger is going to be followed by Valar. Valar in the tank zone. And they have chosen the tank. Valar will be followed by Crimson Tide in the tank zone. They've chosen the tank. Crimson Tide will be followed by Julia. Julia is the challenger tonight. She is in the rover zone. Julia will be followed by Father Ron. Father Ron is in the bomber zone. He is the captain. He is also the siege person. Ron will be followed by Jim. Jim is in the bomber zone. She's the captain. She is sieging. Jim will be followed by Cat, going last in the rover zone. And challenging for Team VOX is going to be Dr. Dye. Starting out from the bench, both teams have chosen the tank. Reminder, timers cannot be challenged. Play well. Remember the rules. Remember double line penalties. Remember challenge properly. And beat the timers. All right. With that being said, it is exactly 8:30. We're going to start the match. We start with Busy Bee. Busy Bee, 20-second timer starting now. Busy beats the timer very easily. Thank you for that, Busy. She's going to start out boss to Main Street, and then she's immediately going to jump into a Cape of Craven to turn into a priestess. All right. Boss in 1 with Cap in 3. Busy Bee is a priestess. After that, Maxiel over to Julia, Navy to the temple. Captains, remember, you can type it as you read it. You don't have to wait for me to read it. Negation wand to take Cat's raise. Mark for death 4. Loading it up early. Ron says the Navy is going to put out the temple flame. Let's get the negation wand, which is the wind. So the air wand is out of play. Cat does not have a raise wand. All right. Boss, legend, seal, Navy, wand, and ability. And she also played a potion. Diana is not 4th. Okay. And Julia, you can delete that. That looks like that was meant for Arc Chat. All right. So keep your faction chat in your faction chat. All right. After Busy Bee, we're going to go over to Trigger. Trigger, 20-second timer. Trigger easily beats the timer. Thank you for that. Dark Boss to their chest. Going to put a max spark on Julia. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think you did a lot extra there. I'm going to double check exactly what you can do with Fantasy Island, but you might have went a little bit extra there. Pet, Legend, and no other actions. All right, Pet and Legend. All right, so no max spark to Julia. She does get the Dark Boss. Trigger playing Dark Boss in 1. Cap in 3. She's going to go with the Orb of Jet. All scoring Pet played by target player, cut in half this game. So Julia, your scoring pets cut in half. All right, she's going to go to Fantasy Island. Move her down to Fantasy Island. And they are going to pass it. So, Ark, you get this regardless. Let's take you down to the mission bonus. All right. We're going to find out very early if Ark is going to do this or not. You have to destroy a wall, fear 2 players, and fly the chopper. All right. Jim, if you guys got it, give me a 999. Destroy 1 wall, fear 2 players, and fly the chopper. All right. They know what they're supposed to do. Okay. With that being said, let's go over to Valar, 20-second timer V. We got Valar and Crimson back to back. Beats the timer. Valar's going to jump into tank. She jumps into tank. Let's give her a cannonball. 25 points. Team Ark on the board. Get some early scoring. Going to move over to the stairs. Wicked Boss to the side chest. Wicked Boss played by Valar in 1 with cap in 3. That is a minus 50 to VOX's boss cap, if it caps. Holy Avenger to the wall. That wall cannot be affected by any negative buffs. If there were any, they would be removed. Flourish Wand with a Seal and Thrill. Flourish Wand's going to take the green wands out of play. It is also going to put an absorption right there. and an F4 top hat. All right, Tank's good. Wicked Boss is good. Legendary's good. Flourish Wand. Seal and Thrill. F4. Ron is going to halt. Trigger, Crimson, Ron, and Cat all do have the gear ability. So they're going to halt it down to no rage. So it is going to be an E1 with a thrill. So it is an E2 top hat still. It would have been a 6. Top hat is a 280 with mass destruction 8. The equivalent of a E2 with the tank, with the seal, and it'll be the equivalent of slightly less than a monster. It does take out the black block because of the extra rage. Not too much. Black block, 25% of a green block, 75 green remaining. It will also ignite a watchtower because it took out the complete black block. Julia going to play Chromica. With the scoring play. The halt did still lessen the damage, but it didn't stop the top hat. So we do light a watchtower early on. All right, let's go over to Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide, 20 seconds for you. Easily beats the timer. Crimson Tide jumping into tank, also grabbing a cannonball. Both teams on the cannonball run early. Go to the temple steps. Going to drop a Mythic Gideon for a minus 28. Seal, Navy to the flame, and a pet score 6. All right, so that Gideon is going to be a minus 34. So we take it to a minus 34 Mythic Gideon with the pet score 6. We will put out the Temple Flame. Again, tank, Temple Steps, Mythic Gideon's usually a 28. She put the pet score on it. She's grabbing a seal as well as her smoke. Puts out the flame, and we are good to go. Let's go over to the Assassin, Julia Muse, 20-second timer. Julia. Julia is going to go Ghost Chopper. All right. Looks like they're making a run for it. So the Ghost Chopper is the nitrous, and it does leave her rover in play. So she could access that later if she chooses to. All right, Julia and the Ghost Chopper to the temple. Chopper is an immediate touchdown. So Julia gets credit for the temple right away. No matter what, even if you knock her out, she still gets credit for the temple. Going to send a Max Seal to Busy Bee. She can't attack because she's in the chopper, but she can play mass destruction. All right, chopper, nitrous is the payback, max seal to busy, and mass destruction, but she does have to sacrifice, of course, the attack phase. All right, let's go from Julia over to Father Ron, 22nd timer Ron. I feel like about to be a calling. Come on now. We knew, right? Ron says, Valar, leave your tank and get over here. What's to call Valar? Ron going with the MBS. Jim's like, it hits. Wait, what does it hit? Is Valar going to go in and hit? All right, she's going to surrender. So let's give Father Ron a white flag, a ruffled feather. Ron's too bad these aren't adding to your PCP points, right? Ron's like, man, I need these. And give him a 200-point MBS. 200 points for Father Ron. And we're going to give him the ruffled feather and also the white flag. Ron going to be chilling like a villain. We'll see Ron again in round 3. We're kind of used to Ron disappearing in that portal for a little bit. All right, let's go over to Gemstone, 22nd timer. VOX with an early lead. We got Gemstone and we got Cat. All right, Gem beats the timer. So far, everybody's beating the timer. Everybody's playing loose. She's going to move to their bomber zone. Going to use Masara. Going to Talon Julia. Back to the rover. Nice little combo move there. Interesting. Interesting. Going to drop a seal. F4 Elmo. And we're up to 16 mass destruction. All right, we're going to give her the Elmo. 10 points for that. We're going to light a watchtower number 2. Arc coming at a lot of different fronts, but VOX is already on the board. All right, so let's get the Masara roll. It is a 12-sider, and Ron, you want anything higher than a 7. Anything lower than a 7 is going to be a hinder in that round for all VOX players. It is a 12. Masara has no effect. So, no hinder. All right, let's go to Cat. Final move of round 1, 22nd timer Cat. Cat beats the timer. Cat going to jump into rover. And by the way, Julia did get a tire for the chopper. So Julia got a tire, and Cat got a tire as well. Both teams will have the sentry guns unlocked. After Cat gets in the rover, she's going to move inside the temple. You're going to cut Crimson off. Look at this. Just jumping right in front there to get credit. But I'll give credit where credit is due. Yeah, I did that. Mythic Watcher. All right, Cat going to put the Watcher, and it is on that watchtower, which means it's an F5 requirement to light it. But Cat's also getting 20 points as a nice bonus play for it being Mythic. That's a nice 20-point score. Going to play Seal and Absorb. Inferno to the straw man. And you know that 20 points I just said? She played pet score. Let's give her 26. All right, Rover, move to the temple. Mythic Watcher's worth 26. Seal and Absorption and Inferno to the straw man. They're going to light straw man number 1. Her Seal is going to stay because she's got gear absorption in round 1. So it gets rid of her gear absorption, but she keeps the regular absorption. And they get straw man number 1. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the first round. Now, pay attention, because Valar can be the only person to occupy their temple in the first round, obviously. So Valar moves into the temple. So the temple is like this. Cat got the temple. Julia and Valar share the temple in round 1, because both of them occupied the temple. Julia also gets credit for the Rover. She got the temple in round 1, immediately tagged it with the chopper, and at the end of round 1, she gets the Rover because she's in the Rover zone. All right, Gemstone putting out a Dragonstone over in the Bomber zone. Strawman, I got Vox with 5, Arc with 0. DZ, Busy B, 25, Vox with 0. So we got DZ, we got Strawman, we got the other Occupy areas, and let's give a blessing to each team. Now, the order is going to be as follows because it'll be Busy, Trigger, Valar, Crimson, Julia, then Jim, then Cat. So Vox will have 3 people active. Trigger will get a play in round 2. All right, let's go to Busy B from the DZ, 20-second timer. All right, beats the timer. Busy says, let's slush it up with a little Ice Wand. That is going to cut her tank rage in half. Blue wands are off the board. Slush wand to Crimson. Gold Kang to her own boss. Gold Kang, Busy, could be worth 55. Holy Toledo. She's like, I'm throwing them. Busy Bee moving into range to put the pressure on. All right, Busy moving from the DZ to the no zone. Amplify. T10 Grizzly loaded. We know there's a lot of stuff on there. Mythic Dark Blue from Crimson. First blue of the game. So that will reduce the next grenade attack by 25% for Team Arc, because it is a Mythic Dark Blue. So 25% nerf on the next grenade attack, wherever it shall be. And first blue of the game for Team Vox. Wand is good. Kang is good. Movement's good. Super Thrill. Whole lot of juice. I don't need to calculate it because it was stopped. All right. We know the nerves kicked in, Trigger. Let's see how round 2 is from Fantasy Island. 20 seconds. Trigger, Valar, and Crimson. Easily beats the timer. Thank you for that. Trigger going to move to the DZ. Colossal Kang to our own boss. Nice. That's a possible 73-point shot. You'll play a little bit of Dragon Smoke. Dragon Smoke to relight the stone. Rage St. Elmo Watchtower. And let's get some mass destruction in play for Team VOX. First Elmo, first Watchtower, and 4 mass destruction. Watchtowers are 2 to 1. All right, there was no nerves there, Trigger. That was a good move. You ironed it out. All right, let's go over to Villar from the tank and from the temple, 20 seconds. Got Villar, Crimson, Julia, and Jim back to back. Timer is up. She beat the timer. Barely. Mythic Kang to her boss. So splitting them up. 1 on each. Mythic Kang could be worth 63. Going to go Blackout Wand. All right, we got no DZ points this round. Blackout Wand out of play. Drop Fear Smoke to Cat. F5 Monster to the wall with Amplify. Kang, Blackout, Fear, F5 Monster. All right, we're going to Fear Cat out of the Rover and out of the Temple. F5 Monster to the wall with 16 mass destruction. And they will get a little bit of that Amplify right there because it is on the second block. That is 75 green. Going to be the equivalent of a F5 at the tank, but we do have to nerf the grenade attack by 25%. So it goes up to an S6. We'll take it down to a little less than an F5. And from a Grizzly to a Top Hat. Almost an F5 Top Hat. And you just saw an S2 Top Hat. So to give you an idea, it's going to hit a little bit harder. So we finish off the green block. We take out a green block. And we get 30% of a blue block. So I got 70 blue remaining. Decent hit. Decent strength wall. You can tell already. Not super strong, but certainly not a pushover. And that was the 25% nerf from the grenade and the juice from the grenade. But Villar says, at least I got something. All right, let's go from Villar over to Crimson Tide from the Temple Steps. 20-second timer, Crimson. Timer is up. Barely beat the timer. Go move into the Temple. and play Gritty. Y'all know Gritty and what it will and will not allow you to do. I'm going to send a Max Seal. Over to Trigger. Correct. The Unholy would have been her attack, but it cannot be so. She can't play the Unholy because of double smoke. She does get the Mass Destruction 4. So, moves into the temple, plays Gritty, puts the Max Seal on. Was attempting to play the Unholy, but it would be a double smoke. And she just gets a warning for a double smoke. That's it. Mass Destruction, end of move. It's still a smoke. It doesn't matter what it's for. It still counts as a smoke. All right. We go from Crimson over to Julia. 20-second timer. Julia jumping into Rover. Getting a second tire. Can get bonus tires with the chopper. So tire number 2. Bonus 25 points. Going to play Vessel and move to the tank zone. Move her down to the tank zone. Mythic Vessel. It's going to give her a boost to this attack and a permanent boost with the Mythic Vessel. S6 monster loaded to the wall with Amplify. Ron says, we've seen enough of these early attacks. Gold blue from Trigger using the second blue. Gold blue is going to hit Julia. The gold from the gold blue. Breaker Seal. The Mythic Vessel will be attached. She's going to play Absorption. So we'll keep her Seal, but she used up her gear ability Absorption, and she will continue to get that extra rage as long as she's in the Rover. All right, we skip Ron. Ron gets credit for beating the timer. And we immediately go over to Gemstone. Move number 2, Gem. Got Gem, and then we got Cat from the No Zone. Gem is going to move to their O Zone. Mythic Gideon. Pet Repel. She didn't use any legendaries. There's no penalty to the smoke. She can do that because she was under the cap. So give her her ability, which is Amplify. 4 Amplifies on the board. Mythic Gideon. Be a minus 28. Pet Repel. S6 Elmo is going to light up the Watchtower with the Watcher. They get the points from the Elmo. 3 Watchtowers are now lit. Movement, Pet, Smoke, Attack. All right, let's go over to Cat. 20-second timer, Cat. Final move of round number 2. Cat's going to move to the tank zone. Vines to Julia, Scold to Julia, Rage to the Watchtower with Mass Destruction 4. All right. Busy's going to play a prevention. Are we preventing the Vines, the Scold, or the Elmo? All right. They're going to prevent the Vines. Vines are prevented. Scold hits. Scold will break Julia's seal. Cat will get another absorption. She'll get a Watchtower. Sorry, she will not get a Watchtower because Scold does not hit Julia. Back that up. Vines are prevented. Scold hits the seal. Cat does get the absorption, but they do not get the Watchtower. They play an E1 Elmo, and they do get that Watchtower. So Watchtowers are 3-2. And that is the end of round number 2. Captains, give me your subs. Crimson Tide with a blessing. Valar with another blessing. Strawman. Still 5-0. Trigger. 25 points in the DZ for Team VOX. Gemstone, dim in the ozone. J-Law coming in for Trigger. Trigger can get a little breather now. We got Speedy Hulk Smasher in the game. J-Law going into the DZ. Pope coming in for Busy. Busy was throwing a kitchen sink there for a second. Pope heading over. All right, the order will be as follows. It'll be Pope, J-Law, Valar, Crimson, Julia. Ron will be back on the field, or grid as we call it. Jim and Cat get pre-match buffs for Pope. We got him. Pre-match buffs for J-Law. We got him. All right, so before we start with Pope, I got a 55-point cap for Ark. 55-point Kang. We're also going to cap the boss on Main Street. Ark's going to be up 1 flag to 0. All right. Take a look at the buffs. Everybody should be good to go. Let's take it over to Pope. 20-second timer starts now. Pope and then J-Law. All right. Going to go boss to Main Street. Playing boss in 3. Cap in 5. Going to play Cyborg Slim. That means Vox, you cannot play Dust Smoke, Torment Smoke, File Smoke, Mirror Smoke. You cannot play any lingering smokes this round. And all of your heals are 50% effective. All right? No lingering smokes. And all of your heals are 50% effective in round 3. H10, Grizzly Grenade to the wall, Mass Destruction 4. I got him up to 20. Max Seal over to Julia. Boss is good. Cyborg's good. Big grenade shot. Let's move him down into range. He's in the no zone. Gold blue from Cat. That is the 3rd and final blue. And that is going to hit his gear absorption. But unfortunately, he played his ability absorption. He does still have his gear absorption. Could have played either. But he did activate the ability. But he does still have an invisible absorption for his gear because that did not get hit. All right, Boss, Cyborg, big grenade shot with an H10, mass destruction, and a seal. All good. Before we get to J-Law, let's cap Trigger's Dark Boss. And let's also cap that 73-point Kang that's on it, Colossal style. Let's give him that 73. Flags are 1-1. And let's go to J-Law the wall, 20 seconds. J-Law the Hulk smashing wall is what we like to call her. And look at that. She's speedy too. Gonna go Ward to Crimson. One second. All right. Unlike dismissing a ward, you cannot play ward on a player that already has a passive pet. So I can't allow you to play a different pet of your choice or put ward on a different player. So I'm going to give you one of two choices. I'm not going to force you to play the ward on a player that doesn't have it. So you can either play a different pet or you can play the ward on a different person, but you can't play ward on Crimson because you can't dismiss the pet for her. That pet is played, and then it checks, and it's like she's got a pet, so it just wouldn't happen. All right, you can play Gold Blaze on a Straw Man if you wish. Totally up to you. All right, Gold Blaze to Straw Man. All right, Jim, does the Gold Blaze hit? Now, I'll clarify that too. Crimson doesn't have to dismiss it, but when she plays her own pet, it will dismiss the passive pet if it needs to. But it's occupying that slot. That's why. All right, so J-Law playing a seal. Gold Spark to Julia. We'll minimize her a little bit. Absorption Potion. Inferno to the Watchtower and Amplify. All right, and Jim was quick on the draw with that one too. Pretty speedy. Now see why she said hit so fast. Because the Inferno to the Watchtower will not do anything. So Seal, Gold Spark, but the Gold Blaze will do something. The Gold Blaze will light Straw Man number 2. Inferno is going to hit the Watchtower. Not a specialty grenade, no juice. It won't have any effect. And I think I gave that Amplify to Arc, so let me give that to Vox. Sorry about that. Put that Amplify in the right place. All right. Gold Blaze. Seal to herself. Gold Spark to Julia. Absorption Potion. Inferno to the Watchtower. And Amplify to their wall. All right, let's go from J-Law. So before we get to Valar, we are going to cap Valar's Kang. We're also going to cap that second flag. Flags are 2-1. Valar with a 63-point Kang as well. And let's go to Valar. 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Valar playing Ward to Jim, which she can. Max Seal to Pope. Going to revolt Ron, so no T10 for Ron. And E6 Elmo loaded to the wall. And Ron, that is going to be we're round 3. It's going to be a S9 Elmo. With 20 mass destruction. Does hit. It will be the hardest grenade hit of the game. S9 Elmo after mass destruction. Going to make it S9 Wedding Crasher. With a little bit of Amplify on top of it. 8% Amplify to that one block. %, blue. Blue block. Blue block. And 30% blue. We're at 70% red. Valar, 3 blocks. S9 Wedding Crasher equivalent. Should give you a good gauge. Some of the block health. All right, we go from Valar over to Crimson and Gritty from the Temple. Timer is up. She did beat the timer. Dismiss Gritty, play Dark Boss to their chest. Crimson playing Dark Boss. Pet repel. Amplify that wall. VOX starting to buff it up a little bit. Dark Boss their chest. Pet repel. E1 Elmo to the Watchtower. Watchtowers are even at 3-3. And Crimson with the 10-point Elmo. Let's go from Crimson over to Julia from the Tank Zone. 20 seconds, Julia. Julia, Ron, Jim, and Kat. Beats the timer. She's going to move to the DZ. She grabs a absorption on the way from the Flourish Wand. Binds to J-Law. Julia playing Derby. All right. Binds to J-Law. It's going to break her absorption. Derby to the dimmed Dragonstone. Revolt to Ron. F5 Elmo loaded to the Watchtower. Ron says it hits. Watcher stays. That is going to be Watchtower number 4. J-Law still has her seal. Binds to get rid of the absorption. Derby to the dimmed Dragonstone. That is going to shatter the dimmed Dragonstone and give Julia a bullseye. Wherever it is in the ozone. Movement, Vines, Derby, F5 St. Elmo loaded, and then a revolt. And a bullseye. All right, let's go from Julia over to Father Ron. 20-second timer. Ron's going to move to ADZ. Where is it? Going to move to their DZ. Oh. Going to turn Pope into an engineer. From the no zone. Not only turn him engineer, he's got like nothing to work on there, Ron. Gold Watcher, you're going to burn a Marty to rebuild that Dragonstone. Smart. Using his Marty as his attack. So we'll put it back. Going to play a Seal. And a Mass Destruction 4. I got VOX up to 16. All right, move there, DZ. Pope is an engineer. Gold Watcher. All right, Gold Watcher will go to the next available. So we got a Watcher on number 2 and a Watcher on number 3. And Ron playing the Gold Watcher. That's worth 15 points. And an F5 requirement on the next 2. Good move by Ron. Let's go. Final move of round 3. Gemstone from the Ozone. 20 seconds, Gem. She's going to move to their DZ. Dark Boss to their chest. Jim playing Dark Boss. Could be worth 25. Jim playing in 3. We cap in 5. Going to fear J-Law. And going to hinder Cat. Give Cat a -1. Movement's good. Dark Boss is good. Fear Smoke is in play. And a hinder for Cat. J-Law is going to pawn off the Fear Smoke. So it does go away. Good move by Jim. Good move. Follow up by J-Law. And let's finish out round number 3 with Cat. 20-second timer. Timer is up. Nerf timer in play. The Cyborg Fly, Julia, and Jim. All right. Each will go to the no zone. They always get the benefit of range, but they don't get the benefit of movement. All right, so Julia and Jim go to the no zone. Cat going to move to the DZ. Going to go Kruger to the wall. Going to put out a Watchtower. So that's going to put out that first one, which does not have any Watchers on it. So we'll pull that one down from here. Put that one over there. Watchtowers are still 3-3. And the first one to be lit will be that bottom one. Again, even though we keep 3 lit up. Going to play a pet repel. E2 Elmo to the watchtower and amplify. All right, Elmo. Let's give it 10 points for the Elmo. And we will light watchtower number 4. So we went from one team having 4 to the other team having 4. It's 4-3. And that is the end of round number 3. At the end of round number 3, Crimson with a blessing. Valar with a blessing. Strawman, 10-0. 75-point avalanche for Team VOX. Julia and Jim both in the no zone this round. Ron in the DZ. So Ron is going to dim the DZ Dragonstone. Jim and Julia getting no credit for his own. And the Avalanche going to break Valar's seal. Going to break Pope's seal. Going to get rid of Julia's seal and her absorption. Going to get rid of Jim's seal. She does get to keep her pet repel. And Valar gets to keep her tank. All right, we are up to speed. We go to round number 4, and we go back to Pope in the no zone. 20 seconds, Pope. Pretty ridiculous cyborg play. And because Jim and Julia have both went, they are stuck in place this turn. Pope did beat the timer. Again, because Jim and Julia had already had their turn, the pick and stick moves them and sticks them in place so they have to miss one turn. So it will count to this turn until the end of their turn. All right, Mythic Kang to his boss. Mythic Kang could be worth 63. Oh, he's using the cluster F ability. He's like, I'm an engineer. Rage, cluster F. Gavel, T10 loaded, blue spark with super thrill. Rage 1, spark 2, super thrill gives him a 5, and the cluster F ability. Ron says it hits. About that grenade damage with the gavel. .7 remaining. And we get the mass destruction. It's a double grizzly. F5 double grizzly. Not able to use as an instant on that wall after he's declared hits. So that would be a no. Take down to 0.7. Red block. Red block. And 40% of a red block. 60 red remaining. So close. Cluster F was huge. All right. And Intaglio. Intaglio from Villar. That will do it. That will give him the extra boost. It can be used. Pope. Bringing the engineer ability. And getting the gold bar with an assist from Villar. One wall off the board. Team Arc. Pounding away. And a gold bar to the Pope. Ron, you can't prevent a previously attacked grenade, and you can't prevent Intaglio. It's a rage boost. It's no damage. Kromaka can be played, because Kromaka is a Crypt Dragon. All right, Kromaka from Crimson. And Crimson, we made that immortal, correct? Or, wait, Colossal. Colossal. No, we did not. Okay. So regular Kromaka. You got it. All right, Pope. Getting out of the gates big. And we know J-Law is going to have a big follow-up. J-Law to wall. 20-second timer. We got J-Law, Villar, and Crimson. Oh, it's splash time. Splash. Ah. All right, J-Law releasing the sub. Splashing Villar out of the temple and losing her tank in the process. And a wave award for J-Law. And the reason you call it a wave award is because she's waving as Villar goes out of the temple. All right, Villar, you are waterlogged, so you can move, but you can't move back into the, oh, Hulk splash. I like it. She went from a Hulk smash to a Hulk splash. Nice. That was clever. All right, Villar, 20-second timer. Villar can move. She just can't move into the temple for a round. Timer's up, V. Nerf has been implemented. All right, she did not beat the timer. Kruger put out a flame. Make sure they hit. Kruger Heal and seal. Lars like, hell with it. I'd throw a grenade. When in doubt, throw a grenade, right? Hinder to Ron. -1. So Ron is revolted and hindered. And M7 Grizzly without her tank. J-Law going to prevent this one. All right, Kruger does put out a Watchtower. Watchtowers are back to 3-3. Kruger for the Watchtower. 3-3. Heal and seal. She gets her seal. M7 Grizzly. J-Law stops it. Hinder to Ron. A lot of good activity there. Let's go to Crimson Tide from her tank and from the temple. Crimson Tide, 20 seconds. Crimson, Julia, Ron, Jim, and Kat. Easily beats the timer. All right, Crimson Tide has Dark Boss in play, cannot play Scold. No pet. She can play Dragon Smoke to relight a stone. Hinder Valar. Give Valar -1. And E2 Elmo to the Watchtower. And that is going to relight Watchtower number 4. Watchtowers are 4-3, and she does get the Elmo points. Dragon Smoke, E2 Elmo, and a Hinder. All done within the timer. Pope is going to Glacier the wall. At the end of the turn, that wall is frozen, taking double damage. Let's go to Julia. 20-second timer. She cannot move. But she can play. Beats the timer. Colossal Kang. Where's the Colossal Kang going? Main Street or to Gem Street? Give you the seal and thrill. All right, going to Main Street. Colossal Kang could be worth 73. Gold Spark is worn off of Julia, obviously, because she played the Elmo, and that was 2 turns ago. Correct. All of her scoring pets are cut in half, calculated at the end. The Kang is 73, but Julia has a modifier. All her scoring pets at the end, the balance of those get cut in half. So, for record keeping, 37 for the Kang, but we'll factor it later. M7 Top Hat. Going to play Haze on Ron to give Ron a -5. A lot of nerfs at Ron right now. Revolt, Hinder, and Haze. Top Hat is going to be a 7. She does not have a rover. 8. The Glacier froze the wall, which is going to double the damage to it, Ron. Remember that Glacier. So we're taking that S8 damage, and we're duplicating it. And we get the effect from the Watchtower. Start out with the Watchtower, because we know it's going to get rid of the black block. Arc, lighting up number 4 again. So Watchtowers are 4-4. First slate of damage. Black block, green block, half a green block. Double the damage. Half a green block, blue block, blue block. Glacier is a beast. Well played by Pope. Let's go over to Ron. Ron, 20-second timer. Mythic Gideon, -28. Pet Repel. F5 Trixie. All right, so that is going to be, Ron, I'm assuming when you say Kang, you mean both of the Kangs on Main Street. Is that correct? And that pet score is going to make it a -34 again. All right. So, Jim, he's throwing F5 Trixie at both of those Kangs. Mythic Gideon is good. All right, they're going to go Gold Tanner and Mythic Tanner. All right, Gold Tanner, Ron. It's going to break your seal. Mythic Tanner, okay. So Ron's playing Absorption, and he played it smart. The Gold Tanner, he's absorbing the 20. And then the Mythic is going to hit, and then the Mythic is only going to break his seal. So smart play by Ron, too, to set it up. Jim, with a good call, she called it in the right order. And then Ron playing the Absorption, maximum defense. Good job by both. All right, let's go to Gemstone from the No Zone, 20-second timer. We got Jim and Kat. Jim going to go Colossal Kang to her boss. Possible 73. Colossal Kang. Seal and Thrill. Haze to Cat. Give Cat a -5. M7 Top Hat loaded. The wall's not frozen anymore. And Top Hat will have no specialty effect because they're not on the black block. So, Ron, you have a M7 Top Hat. It hits. And you saw with the mass destruction what the last M7 did with single damage. It's 2.5 block shot. So we've got a blue block. Red row is a little stronger. And a red block. Blue block and a red block. Three red blocks remaining for Team Arc. All right, let's go to Cat. Final move of the first half. 20-second timer. Timer is up. Beat the timer. Gonna move to the bomber zone. Dune to the straw man. F5 Trixie to the Kangs. And Vex. Case is prevented. So you got a Colossal Kang, and you got another Colossal Kang. It's 50% damage. And you got a 63. So for sake of argument, I'm going to say Cat's target is probably, common sense would be to the 63 and the 73, not Julia's. So you got a Mythic Blue from Pope. And does that mean that Pope's Kang is going to die? Because we got a 63, a 73, and a 37. All right, so we're going to go Mythic Blue and Gold Blue. Burning 2 blues to save the points. All right, blue number 1. Blue number 2. Now that will get rid of the Mythic, is going to break both of Cat's absorptions. She's going to play absorption. All right, she plays absorption for 20. The 30 carries over and breaks her absorption. The blue breaks her absorption. So she still loses both absorptions with the Mythic and the blue. The absorption takes 20. The 10 carries over, busts the other one. That leaves 1 absorption. The blue goes over and busts that one. So move to the bomber zone. Let's give him the Dune to the straw man, which is going to be straw man number 3. And no penalty for the straw man. And that is the end of the first half, everybody. Great first half. Both teams playing hard. Everybody can move. Give me your second half subs. Both teams, second half subs. We got Crimson Tide with blessing number 4. Or blessing number 3 for Crimson. Number 4 for Team VOX. Nothing for Arc. We got an Avalanche. Number 2. 75 points for VOX. 0 for Arc. Villar's going to lose her seal. Jim's going to lose her seal. Julia's going to lose her seal because of the Avalanche. We did get a couple halos for J-Law. We also got a couple halos for Ron in those last 2 rounds. Strawman, 15-0. Ron, elevation, going to steal your pet repel. J-Law would lose hers anyway because she's heading out of the game. Down for Pope. Sheila in the ozone. Shaman to the ozone. Cat will keep hers because she's not elevated. Let's put Cat back in the rover. Let's put Ron in his bomber zone. Leave his 2 halos because those are important. Jim heading back over to the bomber zone. Dow coming in. Villar to the tank zone. Julia to the rover zone. Crimson will keep her seal and her pet repel. Dr. Dye going to the ozone. Crimson going back to the tank zone without her tank. Justice to the DZ. All right, sentry guns are unlocked by both teams. We're going to cap some bosses this round. Game's close. As usual, teams scoring in different ways. So we got 3 rounds left. You guys enjoy the moment. You don't always get a chance to play in a finals match. So enjoy it while you're here. Before we go to Dow, we are going to cap that 37. And that 73. 37 and a 73. The 2 on Main Street. We're going to go ahead and cap boss number 3 for Team Arc. All right, now that business is taken care of. Let's go to Dow from the DZ, 20-second timer Dow. I need to pause the game 1 second. Can we get a confirmation of when Villar played the blackout wand? Which round did Villar play the blackout wand? Thinking it was round 2. Was it 3? I think it was 2. All right. VOX, I got a 25. I got a 25-point deduction from you guys in round 2. So I'd given you 25 points. And also, trigger, no halo that round. Okay? So round 3 and 4, we're still 75 and 75. The avalanches hit. Ron, give me a 999. All right. So the 25 points should have never happened that round. 0-0. All right, cool. Okay. Dal, back to you. Reset your timer. We're starting round number 5. And because I'd missed the blackout one. All right, he's good to go. All right, so Dal, going to play Mass Destruction. We're up to 24. Going to go Boston Main Street. Dal playing Boston 5. Cap in 7. Trixie to their boss in the wall and a little seal and thrill. Does hit. Trixie to their boss. Does have Mass Destruction. It is H7. So I'm going to kick it up to Spruce. So S8 Spruce to Crimson's boss. 7% damage to Crimson's boss. Take you over to the red block. S8 Spruce to the red block. That's after your Mass Destruction. %65 of a red block. Not the worst. Not a full block, but you got 35 red remaining. So almost 2/3 of a block. Guess it's progress. 2.35 remaining. But they are up to 24% Mass Destruction. All right, after Pope. I'm sorry, not Pope. After Dal, we will go to Justice. Justice, 20-second timer from the DZ. Timer is up. Nerf activated. We got Justice, Valar, Crimson, Julia, Ron, Jim, Kat, Sheila, and the Doctor. Second Nerf timer is active. This attack has a 10% Nerf. He did beat the second one, but not the first one. Going to go Thraxus. Justice going to have a +3 bonus in Dragonstorm. Does hit. So Talon Crimson to the temple. It's a short flight. Put it right there. We're going to drop Seal. Up to 20 Mass Destruction for Team VOX. And Rage Elmo to light a Watchtower. I got him at Watchtower number 5. 524. And get that Elmo. Nice move by Justice. War Dragon, Talon, Seal, Rage, Grenade, and Ability. Let's go over to Valar. 20-second timer, Valar. Valar says, I got myself a Thraxus. Valar +3, potentially for Dragonstorm. Immortal Wicked Icky. We've seen it. Dropping a seal. Arc Spark, S8 Goliath to the wall, and Sizzle. Where are we going to sizzle? We got a 25-point penalty, but she can move. She's going to move into the temple as well. Cost her 25 to do it, though. Double line penalty. And where are we going to sizzle? All right, going to sizzle the ozone. Put that right there for Dr. Die. Could be a problem. All right, let's go Immortal Wicked Icky. And then we'll get to the S8 Goliath to the wall. Cat, Pet Repel is gone. Crimson, Pet Repel is gone. Justice, the seal is gone. Father Ron, 75% health. Dr. Die. %75 health. 25% shots to Dr. Die and Father Ron. The rest of the group were protected. S8 Goliath to the wall. 2.35. After mass destruction, it is Grizzly equivalent. Easily crushes the 1/3 of a wall. Red block. Red block. Second wall off the board for Team Arc. Gold bar for V. Wall number 2. We go from Valar to the temple. Before we get to Crimson, we are going to cap the Dark Boss. Boss number 2. Bosses are 3-2 at this point. Let's give Crimson a 20-second timer. We got Crimson, Julia, then Ron. Little fear smoke for Valar. Blaze and E3 Elmo to the Watchtower. Crimson going beast mode. Gem does a hit. Jim says wait. Gonna eclipse Villar. It's like a, it's like a poor man's by Felicia. I don't know. All right, Villar's not there. She'll be right back there in a second. All right, let's blaze at Strawman. It's Strawman number 4. And E3 Elmo to the Watchtower. Another Elmo, another Watchtower. I got 6 Watchtowers lit up. Crimson still scoring. Villar still in the temple. All right, let's go over to Julia. 20-second timer, Julia from the Rover. Julia heading down to the bomber zone. Going to put a mythic stasis on Ron. S8 Elmo loaded to the wall. Going to nuke it. It hits. This is a fresh wall. Third time is not a charm. Third time is a pain in the ass with this wall. But we will give him the Elmo. 10 points. S8 with nuke. Nuke is going to help. Amplify is going to help. And 24 mass destruction is going to make it slightly more than a red eye. S8 red eye. Black block, green block. That's it. 2 blocks. Let's go over to Father Ron and Stasis. 20 seconds, Ron. All right, Villar playing Hemlock. Sorry. Had you guys on mute. Villar played Hemlock. I'll get to Ron's turn in a second. Hemlock it is a Crypt Dragon. It does remove a green block or rebuild a green block. And there was one there, so her instance does remove it. Ron, moving to their DZ. Gonna fear Dow. Let's get Dow out of the DZ, put him in the no zone. All right, movement. Smoke. Trixie, Absorption, and Sizzle. And that was a after mass destruction. That was a waste of a stasis. Hell of a move by Ron. Got a stasis. No, wait. No, it is a mythic stasis. Hold on. All right. It is a Trixie. Trixie is a D20 split to make it a D10. Movement's good. Fear is good. Hits Dow's boss with no juice on it. We take Dow's boss down to 99%. We add mass destruction 20, but remember, it's 20%. 20% of a Trixie is 12%. And because it is a mythic stasis, does not kill the stasis. Mythic stasis has H20. They called the quick hits. Stasis is still alive. If Stasis is still alive, he cannot play the boss. But he can play the absorption. So the attack needed juice on it. Again, movement, fear, boss hits, Trixie does 12 out of 20. The stasis has H8 left. Sizzle to the zone. And we go to Gemstone. 20-second timer. Very important upgrade right there. Mythic Stasis was huge. Gemstone, Cat, Sheila, and the Doctor. Timer's up. She beats the timer. Jim going to move to their DZ. Red Stasis to Cat. And Jim can play Red Stasis because her boss capped and the 63-point Kang capped. Flag number 4. F5 Elmo to the Watchtower. Six to 5 on the Watchtowers. All right, we go from Gemstone over to Cat and Stasis. Timer is up. Nerf timer started. All right, going to go Voyage. Going to steal their sub and splash Valar again. Dang, Valar. Valar can't stay in a temple. Wave Award for Cat. Chill Smoke. F5 Trixie to the wall and to Stasis. So we got a Voyage to Splash, Chill Smoke for the Ozone, Trixie to the wall. The other half of Trixie would go to Cat Stasis, which is a red Stasis, and then a Sizzle to their Ozone. All right. Now this one is going to kill it. Chill Smoke to get rid of one. And that's the second Sizzle in Sheila's zone. F5 Trixie to the wall. Now, it's a black block. It ain't going to do a whole lot. But that wasn't really the intention. She had to sacrifice the wall damage to get rid of that stasis so she could play the boss. So very smart move. But the F5 Trixie with the mass destruction and the weaker wall and the amplify, and we will give you a black block. Take the red stasis off the board and put the boss on the board. All right, so Cat playing in 5 would cap in 7. Splash, Chill, Wall, Stasis, Ozone. All right, let's go over to the Shaman. Shaman, start of your turn. You are taking 20% damage. I got you at 80. 20-second timer. Beats the timer. She's going to summon boss to their chest. Shaman playing boss in 5 with cap in 7. Banish Wand Valar. Yeah, not. I, yeah, okay. I'll leave it. Climbing a turret is good. I mean, Villar's already been knocked a couple times, so yeah. Sizzle their zone. Dragon smoke. Okay. Boss, banish wand, get in the turret, dragon smoke, wedding crasher, and sizzle. Ron wisely says it hits. S2 wedding crasher. We're going to make it a monster with the mass destruction. And amplify. Stronger wall. I mean, it's a good grenade, but with the juice on it, only juice on it is from the turret. We're going to give you a blue block. That's all you get. One blue block. Grinding through the tough wall at this point. But hey, one's better than nothing. All right, Dr. Die, start of your turn. I'm going to take you down to 65 because of the previous damage and the sizzle. And 20-second timer. Timer's up. Nerf timer. Second nerf. It's 25% nerf to this attack so far. She beats the 50% nerf. All right. Jump into turret. Scold to the shaman. Heal and seal. Elmo to the watchtower and sizzle. All right. Third sizzle. Does knock her out of the zone. She doesn't take the damage until her turn, but with 3 sizzles, you are out of the zone. Scold does hit. That's going to take Shaman down to 70. Let's give Dr. Die an absorption. Scold is going to light Watchtower. Number 7. The grenade is going to light Watchtower. Number 8. Nice move by the doctor. And that's the end of the round. At the end of the round, I've got Crimson Tide with a blessing. Gemstone with a halo. Justice with a halo. Father Ron with a third halo. VOX 25. Arc 0. Strawman. 25 for VOX. 0 for Arc. All right, we are going to start the final Dragon Storm in the KILZ Cup. So let's roll them one more time, everybody. Is going to be a positive Dragon Storm. Oh, it's 4. It is the Big Daddy of Dragon Storms. Now we're talking. Now. Oh, yeah. E4 on every attack. Throw them if you got them. Let's start out with Dow from the No Zone. 20-second timer, Dow. Dow moving to the DZ. Going to put some Torment on Crimson. All right. Not going to move to the DZ. It is a double line penalty, 25-point penalty. He does stay there, but he doesn't move. So Torment Crimson. Mythic Kang to his boss. Woo! Nerves are kicking in when you start getting them 25-point penalties. H8 Grizz to the wall. Pet Repel. And Amplify. Justice with the Intervene. And that, as we know, would have been an 8. 9, 10, 11. It'd have been a lot. All right, let's give him the Pet Repel. But they did burn the Prevention. Torment cannot play the Pet Repel. So we also give Arc a 5-point double smoke penalty. Not only did he get to 25, he double smoked it. No Pet Repel. Round 6, baby. Nerves are real. -5. But the Torment does go into play. All right, Justice. Pressure's on, 20 seconds. It is like an oven in here. We got Justice, we got Valar, we got Crimson. Didn't beat the timer. %10 nerf. %25 nerf. %50 nerf. All right. Glad you guys found him. Legendary, Crowley's Candelabra. Going to put out a watchtower and light a watchtower. This attack is 50% nerfed after we calculate the damage due to time. So that is going to light watchtower number 9. Now we also go Scold to Julia, Max Spark to Julia, and a T10 Grizzly with Amplify. All right, it's 50% nerf, but Sheila says, I don't even want to take no chances on that one. The Scold is overkill because they already have 9 with the Crowley's Candelabra. So Arc is down to 4. So Justice does get the absorption. Scold does hit Julia, takes her down to 90. Does not light a watchtower because he already got the 9 award. Congratulations, Justice. We know that'll be 100 bonus points. Also, VOX did get the mission award. 50-point bonus for the mission award because Arc did not fear 2 players. Valar going to play Dominari. So Justice does not get the 25. And a Max Spark to Sheila. All right, things are getting interesting here. All right, so you got Crowley's Candelabra. It puts out 1, lights up, he gets the 9. Valar says, nope, don't want you to have that 25 points, Dominari. All good. Justice had already played a backup plan. Scold to Julia, it hits, he gets the absorption, but there's no watchtower to light, so Scold, that's all it does. Max Spark to Sheila is slower down. T10 Grizzly with Amplify and Mass Destruction would have been a 14, but it would have been cut in half to a 7.5 a Grizzly because of the timer bonus. But he did force him to use the prevention anyway. All right, that's where we're called up. Let's go to Valar. Valar is going to be nice. She's like, I'm nice in the temple. You going to be nice in the temple, Valar? If you get back in the temple? All right. She's going to move to the temple. She's like, I'm nice. Going to Talon down to the DZ. Going to chill to sizzle. And an S8 Goliath to the wall and put some torment on the father. All right. I love it. Ron says let's let it hit, but let's let it hit a little light. Oh boy. And I got another double smoke penalty, another -5. And Ron, you are not tormented. Nerves are real. Man, are they real. The chill smoke is first. Chill the sizzle and no torment. All right, let's get to the damage though. The real stuff. Valar moves, Talons down, plays the chill, S8 Goliath. I got an 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. After mass destruction, it's a S12 monster. S12 monster, we're going to evoke it 50%. And then we're going to Mythic Sonar at another 20. 12 becomes a 6. Becomes an S6. Elmo. We nerf that 20% and play the Mythic Sonar. It becomes an S4.5 Navy Grenade. S4.5 Navy Grenade equivalent. It's a hell of a nerf, if I do say so. %70 of a blue block. I got 30 blue remaining. Tough sledding on this wall. 1.3 blue blocks. And then 4 full. Sometimes you got to get rid of the tough ones to get to the more tough ones. Or maybe the easy ones. Either way. But, hold on. Valar also had an E3 bonus to that. I got to give her a little bit more. She had Thraxus. Thraxus on top of it. $15, 7.5. It's 5.5. Valar with a full blue block. She gets the extra 30%. But that's all she got. So still the Sonar did its job. And the Evoke, single Evoke did its job. Only 1 block total. So now we got 1 full blue block and 4 red blocks. All right, let's go over to Crimson, who is tormented. 20-second timer for Crimson, but she does still get the E4. We got Crimson, Julia, Ron. Timer is up. Nerf timer is up. 10% nerf is locked in. This is for a 25%. Not the time to lose points. It is clutch. $25% nerf. All right, resend it. She sent it to me. Somebody else post it. Somebody else can link it. It starts with Tigers to their wall. And it was sent on time, so it's good. Can somebody cut and paste it? VOX, anybody? Anybody from VOX there? You guys hear me? Ron? All right. Then cut it down. If you guys can't do it, then there's something in there that's flagging it. So Tigers to their wall, double Mythic Kane to Main Street Boss, Torment Jim, Trixie to Kang and Ron Stasis, and Sizzle their Ozone. We can't get Trixie to Kang and Ron Stasis to show up. I get it to show up. Yeah, I don't know why that would flag. All right. Tigress to your wall. Double Mythic Kane to the Main Street Boss. Torment Smoke to Jim. Trixie to the Kang and Ron Stasis, and Sizzle their Ozone. All right, so I'm going to put a third Sizzle in the Ozone. That's an ability. Torment Smoke to Jim. Tigress to the wall. So we're going to a couple of nerf attacks on that wall. Right? Tiger's going to absorb. It's going to absorb. It's going to make it even stronger wall. Kane to the Main Street Boss. So Kane hits. It'll also spread a flame. And Trixie to Kang and Ron Stasis. Jim, you going to stop any of that? Feel like we just hit the Twilight Zone all of a sudden. Can all the rest of you guys hear me? Like everybody watching, can you guys give me a 999? Like we just hit a wall. It was like a 6-minute move. Okay. All right, just want to make sure we're back. I'm not like phasing in and out because it seemed like everybody was waiting for somebody and somebody's waiting for somebody else. All right, it hits. Good, perfect, perfect. All right, Kane to their boss. And it's to the boss on Main Street. That's going to be Dow's boss. And that boss has a lot of health, but I don't know if that's why they did it. But Kane's going to take Dow's boss down to 88%. We're going to spread that flame to Straw Man number 5. Trixie to that Kang. Remember, there's E4 on that. That Kang is dead. Let's take it off the board. All right, so that was a lot of good stuff there. Let me kind of recap that. And Ron Stasis because of the Dragon Storm. So in essence, Crimson in one move. Nerf their wall. With a Tigress. Played a boss to spread a flame. Put Torment on Jim to nerf. Got rid of a Kang. Got rid of a Stasis. And sizzled his own. That's a lot of good stuff there. All right, let's go from Crimson over to Julia. 20-second timer, Julia. I mean, that is a clutch move in 6 rounds. We've seen people miss some things, but that had like everything in it. Julia going to Kamuri to the Ozone. Sorry, but you cannot Kamuri to the Ozone because there is 3 sizzles in the Ozone. That made it even smarter. Jin Shi. Going to give them all a nerf. Spectral Snake to the Ozone. Does put out a sizzle. Chill and Thrill. Does put out a second sizzle. But Kamuri's going to immediately put you in that area. So the Kimuri does not happen. It checks. There's 3 sizzles there. Now, good job. You got rid of 2 of them. Certainly. Going to play Initio to reset the Ice Wand. Ice Wands are back in play. Going to turn Ron into a boss. Ron is Euclid. All right. Again, Kimuri fizzles because there were 3. Jin Shi gives them that nerf. Initio resets the Ice Wand. One's a War Dragon. One is a Crypt Dragon. They're good. Sleet Wand on their wall. Absolutely can do it. So she resets the Ice Wand, plays the Ice Wand. We're going to freeze wall number 2. And Ron. And you wonder why you guys get blocked. Ron, I can't even get Trixie to Ron's boss to show up. H9 Grizzly to the wall with Sizzle to their Ozone. So Julia, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And they're going to Mythic Sonar and evoke it. All right, so we've seen that before. But this time it's a little stronger. All right. 14 down to 7. 7 down to 5.5. The Grizzly, after the overkill, the mass destruction goes on. 5.5 Carnage. It's a little different. Not major difference because they're back to back. But we also got the Tigress. So you put that 20% on there. And again, 1 blue block because of the Tigress. It would have been more than 1. So Julia, hell of a hit. But a Mythic Sonar, a Tigress, and Evoke cut you down to 1. Now Arc has 4 red blocks remaining, and that Tigress, 1 charge of Tigress left. Ron back to doing Ron things. Like, nerf, man. I feel like I'm in quicksand. All right, hi Ron, bye Ron. He's a boss. Gemstone, you're up. Dragonstorm Gem, you are tormented, and you got a 20-second timer. Man, we got Euclid, and we got Tigress, and all kind of stuff going on. Good moves, bad moves, every move in between. Good use of Sizzle. $10 nerf. Gemstone. All right, Gemstone going to move to their tank zone. Gold Faust to Valar. Hey, long as y'all are having fun and y'all are excited about the portal, that's all I care about. Because that's what the game is about. 30% bonus to Valar PCP. Euclid to Cat. Cat, type it. Just like Ron, I am a boss. Double Euclid and a torment to Dr. Die. We have not seen a double Euclid in ages. Tank Zone, Faust, Euclid, Torment, Aqua, to the Straw Man, Torch Wand, and Sizzle. Holy moly. They all got crazy in here. That's 3 sizzles. Dr. Die is now out. She takes no damage because she got kicked out before the sizzle kicked in. But the 3rd sizzle. Ron, does it hit? Give me the Aqua Call, Ron. Tank, Faust, Legendary, Smoke, Grenade, Torch Wand. Torch Wand is the red wand. It means no Straw Man points this round while they regroup. All wands are out of play. All 6 of them. Ron says it hits. We're putting out Straw Man number 5. All right, let's go to Cat. We skip Cat. Shaman. Your move, Shaman. 20-second timer. We got Shaman and we got the Doctor. Now remember, this is important. Those Euclid effects will wear off at the beginning of the 7th round, not on their turn, because those legendary effects stop. So Ron and Cat will have control of themselves at the start of round 7. Shaman is going to Kamari to the Ozone. Mythic Kang to her boss. Could be worth 63. Get in the turret. Chill and thrill. She said, I'm getting rid of that 3rd one. I don't even want it there. Throwing everything. T10 Unicorn. Loaded with more mass destruction. 28. Ron says wait. It is a 10. 11, 12. Crimson's like, nah. It's nothing. Because it ain't hitting. Crimson with the prevention. Kamiri Kang. Grenade. Stopped. Mass destruction. And last and not least, Dr. Die, you're a long way from home. 20 seconds. Sizzle is a game-changing ability. Wow. Wow. All right. Mythic Kang to Cat's boss. All right, so Dr. Die, Jim, before you react to that, Dr. Die cannot T10 because she is tormented. All right, so I'm going to start with the Mythic Kang. Then she's going to play a chill to get rid of one of those sizzles. Going to amplify the wall. Now, I'm not telling you it's still not going to hit for something. So, but I want to let you know what the rage is beforehand. It is still going to have some rage. All right. T10 is not a T10. So it is a grizzly with a blue spark and F4. So it is a F5 grizzly equivalent. They're going to let it hit because Dow is going to use the pain. And Dr. Dye, that is a sleet wand. So your grizzly is going to break the ice block. So it just breaks the block. Dow is going to get half of that. So half of a F4, and Dr. Dye says, I'm going to cut that in half. You guys are killing me, man. All right. So Dow wants half of that. It's not a T10. He gets the E2 grizzly. And Dr. Dye says, nope, I'm cutting that in half. And we're going to put another 20% nerf on it because of the Tigress. All right, Tigress is gone. So Dow, you get 12.5% of that initial attack. %40 of a red block. I got you at 60 red block remaining. Man, when VOX wants to hit the brakes, they hit the damn brakes, don't they? 3.6 remaining. It seems like we've been on these last two blocks for like an hour, like in real time. All right. That is it for Dragon Storm. Captains, give me your final four, please. Crimson Tide in the temple. Valar in the temple. Crimson Tide with a 100-point golden orb. Congratulations on that. Strawman, 0-0. Ron is a boss, but he is in the DZ. So, 25 for VOX, 0 for ARC, and Ron does get a Halo. Halo number 4 for Ron. Trigger Justice, Ron, and Cat. Crimson heading out. Great finals for Crimson. Some good moves there. Trigger coming into the tank zone. Dal, Valar, Julian, and Jim. Shaman heading out. Great job, Shaman. Neither Dr. Dye nor the Shaman got Ace Awards. We do unlock the Stealth Bomber, and it belongs to Team VOX. Park this over in their O-zone. You do have to get in the O-zone to get in to the Stealth Bomber. All right, let's see if we got everybody else on the map. Trigger and Jim are both in the tank zone. May not look like it, but they are. Julia's still in the bomber zone. All right, this is what it's down to, everybody. You know what you have left. You know what you need to do. You see where the points are coming from. The order is going to be Dow will be first, then Justice, then Villar, then Trigger, then Julia, then Ron, Jim, and then Kat. We're going to start out. Dow will be capping. That is going to be flag number 5. Five flags to 2. And we will start 20-second timer. After Dow, we have Justice. Beats the timer by a second. Going to move in range. Gold Rage, Arc Spark, Thrill, H9 Unicorn from Patton, and Sizzle their Ozone. That'll be Sizzle number 3. Ron says wait. Cat's going to prevent it. No grenade. He does get the Sizzle. All right. We're going to go over to Justice. From the DZ, 20 seconds, Justice. We have Justice, Villar, then Trigger. Timer's up. Did not beat the timer. This is for a nerf. %, nerf, timer's up. This is for 25%. Does beat to 25%. This attack will have a 10% nerf on it. He's going to move to the temple. Mythic Kang to Cat's boss. Smart. Could be a 63-point play. H9 Monster. Blue Spark, Super Thrill, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 with Nuke Gemstone. S13 Monster. Mythic Blue from Dow, final blue of the game for both teams. Mythic Blue will hit Justice, break his absorption. And correction, his Kang is Colossal. Mythic will break his absorption and will hit him for 10% to take him down to 90. He plays absorption. It does not. It absorbs 20. The other 10 only breaks his absorption, keeps him at 100%. 6 players remain. Valar from the temple, 20-second timer. Valar and Trigger back to back. Timer's up. Did not beat the timer. This is for a 10% nerf. Nerf timer is up. She did beat the nerf timer, did not beat the regular timer. Colossal Faust to Jim. Trigger, you can leave it. And I'll ask you, and if you want to change it, you can change it. All right? Up to you. Colossal Faust, Tar Trap to Trigger. Actually, why don't you delete it? Go ahead and delete it since it's not your move because it's probably going to change. Angel. All right. Colossal Faust to Jim. Tar Trap to Trigger. Craven and Dimes. Are you both online? All right. Let me pause the game 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, Tar Trap is a legal play. I want to clarify because we used to have a rule that you could not be incapacitated on your final move, but that was when stuns combined with being incapacitated. So we do allow max sparks, so therefore the Tar Trap is fine because you're not losing your last move, you're just losing the movement from your last move. So Tar Trap is a legal play. So Trigger, you are where you are, which is in the tank zone. Super Thrill, H9, Blue Spark, Grizzly, And going to zap the boss. All right. Faust, trap. Grenade is prevented, and a zap. All right, let's go to Trigger. Now, Trigger, you are in the tank zone. Cannot move. Your move, 20-second timer. All right. Going to steal Gems Dominari. Mythic Faust to Cat. Chill Smoke the Ozone. Got 2 sizzles remaining. Inferno to Straw Man and shatter that wall. $75 green. 75 green with the shatter. And going to light the Straw Man. It's going to be Straw Man number 5. Crimson, I'm going to give you, or Trigger, I'm going to give you 10 points of damage for that Straw Man attack. So you're at 90. Steel Dominari. Faust is good. Chill Smoke is good. Inferno, all good. Nice move. Let's go to Julia from the Bomber Zone. 20 seconds, Julia. Julia's like, screw it. I'm not even going to try to move. They've been on me the whole game. Talon Dow back to the DZ. F4 Unicorn. Super Thrill. Blue Spark. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ron. S8 Unicorn. Ron says it hits. Add an extra damage with Mar. It's 3.6 red. It's a good hit. Specialty Grenade has no effect, but it's a strong wall. Give you the 0.6. Give you the block, 1.6. And we'll actually give you another 0.4. So we're at 1.6. Julia taking down 2 blocks. But there's 1.6 remaining. Let's go over to Father Ron from the DZ, Ron. 20 seconds. Ron, going to chill the ozone. Inferno Strawman. Jolt Dow. All right. Ron, what's the first thing that happens? I like the idea. The ability. Yep. And he's sealed at the time you do the jolt. So Ron played the taser, but the jolt actually has to be on an unsealed player, and the jolt would be a knockback. So when he tries to jolt, Dow is still sealed at that point. Then the taser gets rid of the seal after the fact, so they were backwards. So Dow does not get the knockback. And they do use the tank prevention on the straw man to keep them at 5. All right, let's go to Gemstone. Final move, Jim, 20 seconds. We got Jim and we got Cat. Jim's boss is going to cap, and Cat's boss will cap. Jim move into their rover zone. Spectral Snake to Strawman. H9 Max Mike. Nuke. Blue Spark and Seal. Let's give her the Seal. It hits. All right, let's put out Strawman, number 5. And we're going to rebuild it. Interesting here. If it wasn't last move, it would probably be a little more significant. But that full black block is rebuilt. That means it is a fresh black block because of the nuke and the Max Mike. So specialty grenades would be back in effect. Movement, put out a straw man, rebuild it, and a seal. And the final move of the KILZ Cup tournament, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a good one. 4 games, 20-second timer. Cat, bring us home for Team VOX. A new tradition in Play Dead Live. KILZ tournaments. Legacy tournaments. Seasonal battles. And I will say, these guys left it all out there for your consumption. Timer is up. Cat going to get into stealth bomber. Red Petro to Dow. Super Thrill. H9 Grizzly. And they're going to intervene the wall. All right, intervene the wall. Dow with the Petro. Get out of that. Dow knocked out of that zone. And they stopped the attack. Cat with the Top Gun Award. The grenade is stopped. But the significance of that move is important. Ron. Fox getting 25. Arc with 0. But the 2 top players in the DZ were Ron and Angel. So that means they got 150 points because Dow got knocked out there and was not able to split the DZ. All right. Awesome job, everybody. Awesome job. So 150 points at the end for Team VOX. 4 straw men. 25 points to 0. Let's cap these final bosses. Cat. 73-point Kang. And a third flag. Arc. 63-point Kang. And a 6th flag. Let's count down the blessings. Valar with another blessing. Justice with the blessing. That's going to be 7. 7 to 5. Let's count down 7 blocks on the VOX side. Jim's Max Mike actually saved 100 points because VOX still has 3 blocks left. Let's go over to the other side. It's 5, but look at the blocks. It takes down the final 2. And then 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to give Arc a 3rd block. Awesome job. Teams, points come in a lot of different ways. I'm going to calculate the math here. Yeah, I'm gonna rotate that around. Trigger should have been in the DZ. I don't think it would have changed the tar trap or anything along those lines because there was no grenade or anything tossed from there. But that will give Arc a 75-point DZ. I'm sorry, VOX 75-point DZ. So she should have been in there. And I put her in the tank zone. Avalanche ain't going to matter. It's 75 points, the avalanche effect. I got it. It's just going to be the points. But that is a 3rd avalanche. So that's probably a new record. But yes, Trigger should have started in the DZ because she was a starter. And Justice would have been in the tank zone. All right. Let me see if there's any extras. All right, it's just time to do the math. And again, both teams scored in different ways. You got orbs, you got DZ points, you got straw men. But then on the other side, you got bosses. We got some penalties. So we'll find out how the math works out. You guys relax, have a good time. These games do take a little longer. They're championship matches. But congratulate each other, and we'll see where the scores fall. I think both you guys played a great game. I don't think it came down to execution. It might come down to strategy. We'll be right back. Challenge. There are no more challenges. The game is over. We're not going to go back and play round 7. All right, everybody, we're back. It's not often, I have to say this, not often you have a game that's this close when a team does not even destroy a wall, right? You look up and it's like, VOX didn't get a wall. Where are they going to get their points from? Oh, they got them from a lot of different places, because then you look at flags and walls and everything else, and we'll get to it. All right, so we'll start out with flags. Flags, anytime you play Arc, you know they have a strong flag game. They got 6 of them. 1,050. VOX got 3 of them, 600. That's a 450-point advantage. Then we get to walls. Walls, 925. Team Arc. 150. Team VOX. So that's almost an 800-point advantage. They're down 1,200 points, and I'm like, where's this going to go? Strawman, good points, but maybe a missed opportunity with Strawman. But they did manage to get 85 points. So that chips away. Now it's not that 1,200-point lead. It's about 1,100. MBS, 200 points for MBS. Now it gets it down in the 900 spot. So we're making a little headway. But then we get to Kangs. Because Arc had so many bosses, they won the Kang game 354 to 146. So they got the 200 points back. They lost on the MBS. Siege and Occupy. Ron didn't really go for the Siege. Kat went for the Occupy. It's 150. Julia tried to go for the Occupy. They wouldn't let her, but Jim did get the Siege, 100. So VOX chipping away 50 points there. Watchtowers, big win for VOX, 325 to 100. So there's another 225. This was a little bit of a shocker, though. DZ, 275 to 25. Now you're really cutting into it. And in timers, Arc was a little better on the timers. 3 misses to 5 misses, so they had a 20-point advantage. But at the end of the core points, Arc still with a pretty big lead of a little bit over 600 points, 2849 to 2181. But we're not done. So I calculate PCP and the extras. PCP, we had a white flag, a feather, cannonball, tire, 2 waves, Top Gun, an orb award, and all the PCP DZ. That's 450 points. Plus the Faust for Cat added another 60. That's 510. That's a huge amount of PCP points. Go over to Arc. Now, Arc had some, but they got locked out of a couple. They had 2 gold bars. That's 100. Cannonball, 2 tires, 175. Bullseye, 200. That's where it stopped, 200. But they did have a Faust on Jim that got him 50 points and a Faust on Villar that got him 15. So that made 265. So there's another couple hundred that VOX chipped away. But we get to the extras with VOX. Dark Boss, Mythic Watcher, Dark Boss, Gold Watcher, Chromica, 6 Elmos. But then we had 78 points in deductions because Villar played the Wicked Icky, and then they had the Mythic. But VOX still had a positive 83. It's good to finish positive on those with the deductions. We go over to Arc. Arc had a minus 34, a minus 34, 2 double line failures, 2 double smokes. So that's minus 128. But they gained with the Elmos, the Chromica, the Dark Boss, they gained 110. Still gave them a minus 18. VOX needed to do a little more with the walls. Arc, not a huge win, but they got the win. 3,096 to 2,774. 300-point victory for Arc at home, taking the KILZ Cup Championship. A lot of different ways to go about it. My hat's off to Team VOX. You guys really tried some outside-the-box strategies there. It was interesting to see. Not all of them had scoring properties on top of them, but you definitely kept them on their toes. You moved them. You did things. You knocked them off their game a little bit. Ark looked rattled in round 5, and then Ark looked very composed in round 6. It's like VOX got them out of their game, and then they got right back in their game really quickly. So the double Euclids, when they played the double Euclids, were huge. Very well played by both teams. Again, I don't think it was an execution issue. I just think the strategy didn't score as much as VOX thought it was going to score. That'd be the only way I'd say it. I think they played great. I think both teams played great. I just think the strategy, it needed to have some wall damage in there. Maybe a little less watchtower, a little more wall, maybe a little less straw man, a little bit more wall. But you guys definitely needed to take down a wall. So, but you're close, right? I mean, literally, Jim doesn't throw that mic at the end. Ron, you guys get that wall down. You get that wall down, that's 300 points, man, plus 50. So it was that close. But love the tournament. Love everything you guys put into it. Everybody worked hard. Ark, still hot. I got a feeling Ark's going to have a big target on their back. There's 3 teams that want a piece of Ark right now after this tournament. So, Ark, also, big hats off to you guys. Certainly, I've been complimenting VOX and the other teams. But I do want to say, Ark, I think you guys have played amazing the first half. Your planning has been top-notch. You guys find ways to it's very similar to how Mir played the first few seasons, but you guys do it a little bit differently. Where Mir would always kind of get you out of your game and then get the walls, Ark kind of gets you out of your game a little bit and then gets the flags and then gets the walls. So, Ark, you guys are playing great right now. The league is smart. The players are incredible. They will catch up. One thing we know about our players is they catch on to strategies quickly. So I think it's going to be a fun season. But you guys enjoy this victory. It certainly is well-deserved. I'm going to take you to the Ark Rec Room. Y'all can see some of the old school players. We do need to update it with our players. All right, but I do have to say this, okay? 3,096 to 2,774, Ron. So let me show you VOX first. So I did have it for both teams. I don't want you guys to think like, okay, he had the trophy loaded for Ark. So if VOX would have won, I got the KILZ Cup right there, and I don't have all the new players, but that is their room. But they didn't win. So let's go to Team Ark, and again, like I said, this is the old lineup, so we don't have missed avatar here. We got to get that corrected. But there it is, everybody. There is the there's the background. Team Ark, your second trophy. Congratulations. And on Monday, we get back down to business. Overall records: VOX 1-1 in the KILZ Cup. Sly 1-1 in the KILZ Cup. Mir going to make some noise. Mir going to get their players back. But, I mean, what else can you say? What else can you say about our group? Daryl said this earlier. So, we are going to talk about the portal tomorrow night. We're going to let Ark enjoy this moment. We will celebrate it a little bit later on. And Team VOX, you guys are scary. Nobody wants to play you. So I will definitely tell you that. That fly move you guys did, Cat's move. Crimson and Cat had 2 moves tonight that were really, really good scoring moves. Like, Crimson had score, lockdown, extinguish, and then Cat had one. And, here's what I would say. And again, I'm not trying to get anybody to change strategies. With double Euclid, I don't know that I would have went to the portal tonight. That's just my opinion. In some cases, I think the portal is a great move. And it is, to me, it is a net win. But maybe not against this team. I don't know. It depends. It depends on what the team is going to do and where they're going to go from there. I think Ark was really good at counterpunching. Like, the portal was good, but they surrendered for a reason. And I think they immediately had a good counterpunch and said, hey, that's good. Get your points, because now we're going to start to set the table. We want to do this, this, this. And I thought they did a good job. I thought Ark did a good job of attacking on multiple fronts in the beginning. Little bit of pressure, little bit of watchtower, little bit of wall, and then get the Kangs out there, get the wall again. And I thought both teams did a good job of using their mitigations. But hey, a couple 100 points is anybody's game. But walls do add up, and certainly. All right. Hey, let's wrap it up. Let's celebrate. VOX, you guys go celebrate a great tournament and a strong finals battle. Ark, you guys enjoy it. On Monday night, you got Mirror coming to town, and they're the only team in the league with 6 championships. So we get to see a dead wedding Monday night. I'm looking forward to it. I'll talk to all you guys hopefully tomorrow night. Please, if you have opportunity tomorrow night, jump on our call. I really want to get a lot of the Q&A for the portal out there. Have a great night, everybody. And Team Ark, we'll put you guys in your KILZ Cup spot. Thanks again. Awesome, awesome job to all 4 teams. You guys absolutely rock. We'll talk to you later on. Have a good one, everybody. Peace.